Welcome, Mon Cheri. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here because today we're looking at your love life. So how about an even energy exchange? While I shuffle, you subscribe. The first card represents you. So what this is telling us is that you have been putting in most of the work in your relationships in the past, and you are in search and working towards and having to use your inner strength and guidance to make things happen in your life. The burden has been on you. You're going through, again, a cycle that's coming to an end, and so I expect to see some changes for you. It's time for you. The environment is one of you making a decision. There can be a little conflict with this card, and so this is about you figuring out exactly what you want in the current situation that you're in. One of the things that is important to recognize when we're trying to make a decision is that once it's made, like taking action is really easy, right? So it's that we get frozen because we're afraid we're going to make a mistake. But the longer you wait and the longer you sit on it, the more uncomfortable it is. And so think of yourself as going down a road. If you make a wrong turn, it's okay. You can backtrack or take a different route. There's the more decisions you make, the further along your route you get. But if you don't put your foot on the gas, you're not going anywhere, right? So you need to think things through and perhaps talk to somebody and get some advice if you're unsure on your own. So either you're trying to draw love in or you're in a relationship that you're trying to improve. If you're trying to draw love in, you have to figure out how to go about it in a way that's going to work for you and that hasn't worked in the past. And if you're working on a particular relationship, you're going to have to figure out how to change things so that they can move into a place where you feel satisfied with the giving and receiving of love. So one of the ways that you can get through this is dealing with what's been crossing you. And what's been crossing you is that you haven't been connecting with friends as much late as you should. You haven't been socializing, you haven't been celebrating, you haven't been looking at the things in your life that bring you joy and that you have to feel thankful for, and sharing your love with others. And you need to do that so that you can fill up your cup. This will energize you. It will help make your decision making easier. It will help you feel good and then shine out a light that other people are drawn to. Now, this card is about what this reading is based on. And this is a major arcana card, so we want to pay attention to it because the energy is very strong. And so the reading is based on divine masculine energy. So whatever a healthy masculine energy looks like for you. And you will be either drawing that energy in or stepping into the role of this. So this is a leader who is fair, who uses intellect and is thoughtful, who is stable. So that's what this reading is based on. In the not too distant past, you've been nostalgic. You've been thinking about things from the past that were good, places you've been, people you've been with that made you feel good, and you're desiring more of the same, and that's great for you. If it's a place that you vacationed, go vacation there again. If it's a happy memory, immerse yourself in the happy memory and help that to feed your soul and to make you think about how to get more of the same, right? Because the universe is sending to you this energy. So I want you to think of this energy like Mother Earth, maternal energy that wants to take care of you and nurture you. Think of the divine feminine, think of feminine energy in a positive form. Someone to listen to you, someone to care for you, someone to feed you, to be generous with you. That energy the universe is sending to you, and you want to find it where you can and fill yourself up with it. And then you also want to reflect this back to others. Be this type of energy for others as well. So you have a balance going on right now, as you saw, of the divine masculine and the divine feminine playing in your life. And that's very good for drawing in a healthy relationship or creating a healthy relationship. So now we see what's coming for you in the not too distant future. And we have a decision that you have to make. There's been some conflict, and now, as before, it's really important for you to make up your mind. You've been stuck and afraid to make a choice. It's going to be time to make a decision. Okay, now decision making can be hard, all right? There might be some conflict here. Something is going on that you want to change. And this is either you wanting to change your current situation, or you wanting to draw in love that you haven't, maybe had success with in the past, of drawing in the kind of love that would last or make you feel good. So now let's talk about you feeling stuck. You don't know what to do, or you have an inkling of what to do, but you're afraid to make a choice. Maybe you're in a situation where you have to leave, and you don't want to leave. Maybe you need to reach out and take a chance, and you're afraid to. When we feel stuck, what it does is it keeps us from manifesting what we desire. Now, sometimes it's good to stop and reflect and take a look and, contemplate what it is that we want, and so that we have a clear picture of what we want to manifest. But then we have to take action. If you sit too long struggling over making a decision, you are going to miss opportunities and chances to draw love in or to change things in a positive way. You're going to sit in the same energy that you're in right now that you're not quite happy with, right? So how do we, make the decision? We just do. Take a risk. Take a chance. Think of yourself in a car. You're going down the road, right? You go the wrong way. You can turn around and come back. You run out of gas. Well, you can get up and walk, or call somebody, get gas, put it back in the car, and then move forward. You're not going to be derailed forever. Your car gets damaged. You can take public transportation. You can walk. It might be slower than taking the car, but you'll get there. So take those baby steps and move yourself forward. Make some decisions. The more decisions you make, the further along you'll get. And you'll change, you'll start to go in a direction you don't want. You'll change direction and go in another one, and you'll find your way forward, and you'll have more adventures, and you'll meet more people, and you'll have more life experiences, and you won't be sitting feeling stuck. Now, how should you act? Well, once again, the cards are telling you to celebrate. They're telling you to connect with others, to find reasons to count your blessings, and to bring joy into your life. Because when you're feeling good, when you're filling yourself up with love and good times, when you're asking other people to help you to make the choices that you have to make, and maybe to give you a push forward, these things are supportive and make us feel good, and then you will draw in what you want. This card represents how others see you and whether they'll be helpful or not. So in this card, others see you as having gone through a battle, as having worked hard and gone through things that have changed you a bit. You have succeeded, but you've also let friends go or let relationships go, and you do carry some wounds. So those who are close to you, and maybe even other people, can see that you have some things that you need to heal. Now, these two cards represent your hopes and fears and your outcome. So with your hopes and fears, we have a major arcana card. So it's a strong energy. It's important for us to pay attention to it. This is the Fool. So this is about you taking a risk. This is about you moving forward with blind faith, taking a leap of faith, being brave, moving forward, believing that things will work out for you, having hope. Having the heart of a child, seeing things in a beautiful way, that all the goodness that there is in the world, and not working through fear. But what you might fear about this is that it might not turn out the way you want, and so you might feel the fool, that you've gone into things blindly without thinking about them, and that you've made yet another mistake, right? But if you can deal with the fear of making a mistake, and trust yourself more, and know that you've learned from the lessons of the past, then you're going to have this outcome, which is the sun, which is all good things shining on you, the warmth of the sun, the fun of the summertime, being the star of your life, having all good things come into your love life, and opening up and shining and radiating out love to others. Again, another major arcana card, a strong energy for us to pay attention to. Now let's take a look at the Lenormand cards. So the first card that you've got is, this is the letter. So news is coming to you. You're going to receive messages, communication, information that's really going to help to inspire you and help you to make those decisions that you need to make. And once you get this information, you're going to see a change. You're going to be noticed. You're going to be flattered. You're going to, maybe receive some actual flowers. This is the bouquet. This is really having positive energy and happiness coming towards you in terms of love. And then this puts you into the position of being the star of your life, being inspired, inspiring others, having the spotlight on you, really connecting and communicating with others. The only thing that's getting in your way is your own heart. You've kind of locked your heart up a bit in a cage. But you see all those butterflies? Those butterflies are transformation. So it's time to unlock, to connect with your intuition, to connect with all the love that you've known in the past and all the love that you desire for the future in the here and now, to make your heart a welcoming place for others so that they're drawn to you.
I suggest Willow's Love, Affirm, and Manifest Kit. I'm happy to send you Willow's magical products. Contact me at lncarey@lncarey.com.
So looking at the runes, we see that you're going through an initiation. Fate has stepped in here and it's opened a door for you to experience love in a new way. And so the work that you're doing on forgiveness, the work that you're doing to heal your own heart is creating a rebirth. And you're well protected while you're going through this. There's an awakening process happening. There's magic here and you're protected. And this will be a big transformation for you. And it is a transformation of the self. You're going to really connect with who you are, what you want, what you will and won't accept in your life, and what you want to manifest. And what you really need to pay attention to are the signals that are coming through. So this is a card of your intuition. This is a card of you paying attention to the universe, to the messages that get sent to you from your guides, your ancestors, from your spirit animals, the signs and synchronicities that are out there, the inner knowing, the inner truths that connect all of us. And so if you start to pay attention, remember that letter. Information is coming to you, but it might not be in a form that you really would suspect, It might not be somebody just coming up to you. It may be something that you read, an animal that you see, a signal, a stone, a reading that you get, something that's a little bit more magical, a little bit more outside of the box, and that you have to use your intuition to figure out and put together the pieces. And if you decide that you want to make changes in a current relationship or changes in who you draw to you, there are some things that you can do with your shadow work. So, this crow energy, which we've done the crow tarot deck, the crow's coming up for you in your runes. You might see I have a bit of crows about, is all about you working with your shadow side a bit. And so to do that, you have to recognize, remember you were afraid to make a decision. That's because you're feeling stuck due to having what you think has made bad decisions in the past that led you to get hurt. So if you don't want to have the same results that you did before, then you need to take and examine and do a little shadow work on yourself. So here's something that you can do. Make a list of what you're experiencing or what you have experienced in the past that you don't want any longer, okay? So it could be characteristics of a person, or it could be behaviors, or it could be things that are going on right now in a relationship, okay? So let's say we're looking at a relationship from the past, and that person was very jealous, and you don't want to have a jealous energy anymore. Then you put that down. I don't want jealousy. Okay. let's say you're in a relationship now, and the weight of all the planning and all the work in the relationship is falling on your shoulders, and you don't want that. Then you write down, I don't want to have to make all the decisions. I don't want to be the one that always has to push and communicate, and I don't want to be the one to do all the work, whatever that might be. You write that down. Then on a separate piece of paper, you make a list and you write down all the things that you do want, what you want to draw in, the personality, the type of person that you want, or the changes that you want to see in your current relationship. And then you have to compare the two, where you are or where you were and where you want to go and what you desire. And then right from the get-go, if you're out looking for a new love and you start to ask questions to see how they fall into these categories of the things that you don't want. And as soon as you hit one that's a no deal, then you back away from that relationship. It's not for you. Okay? If you're in a relationship and you are asked to do something that you no longer want to do, you don't do it. And then that might create some conflict, but that's an opportunity to have a discussion, to share, these are my needs, this is what I desire, and then to make some compromises with the person you're with. If the person you're with is not willing to make compromises to have your relationship get to a better level than it is now, then there's some additional decisions you need to make as if you're in a relationship that you want to stay in. Now, these tools, these lists and tools of shadow work is really about examining ourselves and examining the types of behaviors that we continue to do over and over again, and then stopping ourselves before we, get into that same behavior, catching ourselves doing it. So it might take a little time and a little practice, but remember, if you can fill yourself up with as much love and self-care, you can connect with others that love and care for you and celebrate, you will find that you heal yourself, that you create healthier boundaries, and that you step forward and then draw in the love you want or recreate the love that you have now into something that you truly are happy with and that you really do deserve. Now let's take a look at runes and charms for some additional confirmation. Now, what we're seeing right off the bat is that you're going on a journey, and this journey is all about transformation and connection to self and healing. And doing this journey of rebirth and transformation is connected to creativity. So if you want to change your love life, you're going through a self-change, and you're going to get creative and connect with your ability to make things happen, to manifest. And this is really pinned and connected to your ability to change, your ability to grow. So the universe is asking you to go through a transformation so that you can go on this journey and create the changes you want, get creative and come up with solutions. And then this will make you feel better about yourself, and this will create the changes that you need. What my guides are telling me is that because you are asked to go through this initiation, to do the self-work, to work with your shadow side a little bit, do the shadow work, that in doing this, your psychic abilities will open up. Your inner knowing will open up. And so this next love for you, whether it's a new love that you're drawing in, or repairing a relationship or improving a relationship that you're in now, it really is all about how much you love you, how much time you're willing to take, what you're willing to accept, what you're willing to refuse, how you're going to heal the wounds from the past, forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others, all that inner work, all that shadow work. If you can take some time for you, remember most of the cards had this theme of nostalgia, of love, of being mothered, of celebrating, of connecting with friends, getting advice from others, connecting to your intuitive side. All of that comes together, and you will feel so good that you will radiate out love. You will shine out love so bright that you will draw in exactly what you need to heal yourself and to have a wonderful relationship. So love is here for you. Just take the time, do the work, make the decisions, and make me proud. Thank you for joining me. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.